Liverpool are unlikely to sell Darwin Nunez to AC Milan this month without signing a replacement. Nunez, 25, has struggled once again in his third season with the Reds, scoring just 4 goals in all competitions. The Uruguayan was signed from Benfica in 2022 for an initial £64 million fee, which could rise to a club record £85 million. His woes under Jurgen Klopp were well documented, but Arneslot's appointment has failed to ignite his Anfield career. Nunez is therefore being tipped for the exit door in the January transfer window, with AC Milan most heavily linked. Milan are currently 8th in Serie A, having just sacked manager Paulo Fonseca, who was only appointed in June, on the back of a 4-game winless run. But according to the Mail, Liverpool are yet to receive contact from the Italian giants over any potential move for Nunez. It was reported in Italy this week that Milan were preparing a bid for the 25-year-old, who's found himself behind Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota in the pecking order under Slot. The proposal would have been an initial 6-month loan with a £41.5 million obligation to buy in the summer. Milan's recent change of manager could have changed their plans, with former Porto boss Sergio Conceição being given the keys to San Siro. If Milan do push through a move, Nunez would be joining a number of other strikers who are looking to rejuvenate their careers at the club. Chelsea flop Alvaro Morata joined the Rossoneri this season, as did English striker Tammy Abraham on loan from Roma. Luka Jovic, who in 2019 signed for Real Madrid for £49.7 million, also plays at Milan. Their star player, Rafael Leao, is currently sidelined through injury, as is former England international Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Even if Milan were to make Liverpool a substantial offer, it's said that the Reds would likely want a replacement lined up before offloading Nunez. Earlier this month, Slot defended Nunez's lack of goals, suggesting that he still has faith in his number 9 halfway through the campaign. "For me, he has impact," Slot declared. "If you only look at goals, he hasn't scored the amount of goals that he wants to score, or we want a number 9 to score, but he does have impact in his work rate. He's part of a team that scores a lot of goals and is winning a lot. Of course, as a number 9, you want to score more goals, and that's definitely what he wants as well. But I'm not only judging Mohamed Salah on his goals and Darwin on his goals, I also judge them on their work rate and what they bring to the team. The fans support him so much that maybe he wants it too much." Simon Jordan insists it is ridiculous for Trent Alexander-Arnold to be expected to spend his entire career at Liverpool. The right-back came through the system at Anfield, but is looking increasingly like he will leave the Premier League leaders for a new challenge in Spain. His contract is winding down, and Real Madrid are circling with their opening offer rejected by the Reds. Alexander-Arnold's contract has been allowed to run down, and the 26-year-old is considering his options, with the lure of Real potentially too good to turn down. His attachment to the club has added more emotion to the saga, and he's drawn comparisons to former players. Steven Gerrard chose to turn down lucrative offers to head elsewhere, whilst Steve McManaman did chose to make a move to Madrid, winning several Champions Leagues in the process, and the ex-Crystal Palace owner maintains Alexander-Arnold cannot be expected to stay loyal to Liverpool forever, he told the Daily Mail. Though a lot of Reds fans are unhappy at their local hero contemplating a life away from Anfield, Liverpool's potential loss could be the country's gain. Being a member of the Madrid superstar club has not done Jude Bellingham any harm, has it? For Trent, Real Madrid is a huge opportunity, and I wouldn't blame him for taking it. Trent has had a full apprenticeship at Liverpool, rightly received accolades as a Premier League and Champions League winner, and earned the right to choose if his destiny lies abroad. If he moves, there would be a backlash from some quarters who seem to expect any homegrown talent to spend their entire career with one club, which is ridiculous in this day and age. British players have had mixed success overseas, but Trent looks a good fit. He's a natural ball player, so his skills will transfer. Spanish teams don't tend to press as much in the final third, making it easier to maximize his brilliant range of passing. Alexander-Arnold has remained silent on his future, unlike teammate Mohamed Salah, who has been willing to discuss the state of affairs regarding his contract saga. The right back has continued to perform as the Reds set the pace, with Jordan keen to point that out. "I understand why the Kop don't want to lose one of their own," Jordan added. "They will question why Liverpool haven't signed him up. I suspect the club's inability to do so is beyond their control. It is unlike them not to at least monetize a departing star. Fans have to be realistic. Footballers are under contract and should be as loyal as that contract. I haven't seen any sign of Alexander-Arnold downing tools." Liverpool have surged to a dominant lead at the top of the Premier League, with the Reds now holding a gigantic 8-point lead over nearest rivals Nottingham Forest. Sunday's trip to West Ham was a comfortable one for Arneslott's side, who thrashed the Hammers 5-0. They did have to recover from an early injury to Joe Gomez though, with the Englishman forced off before half-time. Slot has had to battle injuries to several key players, but has been able to keep his side rolling along. They are arguably in a very healthy state heading into the new year, with only 4 stars in the treatment room. Gomez became the 4th on Sunday evening, though that number looks set to be eased in the coming days. Here, Mirror Football gives a full health check on the runaway league leaders. Gomez has enjoyed a resurgent year since taking the place of Ibrahima Konate in central defence. But he was forced off 37 minutes into the win over West Ham with an apparent muscle injury. While he was unable to provide a full update on the injury, Slot admitted he fears the Englishman could be sidelined for a while. He told Sky Sports, "You saw today an injury of Joe Gomez. If a player says he wants to stop, he has to be changed. In a sprint, then we all know it's a hamstring, and we all know it's going to take a while before he is back. I don't know how long, but he will be out for quite a bit. These situations can happen in a season." Gomez had been promoted into the starting lineup after an injury to Konate. The Frenchman has not featured since the win over Real Madrid, but Slot has hinted he could be fit to face Manchester United on Sunday. They Konate and Connor Bradley will not be back for West Ham United, but then there is a week in between before the game against United. "So let's see how close they are then," Slot said. "It's difficult for me to tell you at this moment because they don't train with the group yet, but hopefully in the upcoming days they come closer to that situation. And then again, Ibu has been out then for 5 or 6 weeks maybe. Connor just as long, I think, the same amount." Potential return date: 5th January. 2025, Bradley was also injured in the win over Madrid at the end of November. If Slot is correct, the right back may also be back for the visit of United, though the Dutchman did sound a warning. The Reds boss has insisted Bradley and Konate will have to earn a recall, though this appears to be more of an issue for the former given Gomez's injury. Bradley will be battling against Trent Alexander-Arnold for the right-back spot. Slot said, "They are in competition with players that are completely fit and doing really well, so I have to make the right judgment the moment they are back with the team." Potential return date: 5th January 2025. Federicochiesa was once again not included in the squad for the win over West Ham on Sunday. It is the 19th game the Italian has been excluded from, with Slot revealing he is still working on his fitness. "Federico, I've said many times already, we are working on 2 things. We are working on his match fitness, and whenever we can, we tried to bring him with the team," Slot said on Sunday. "He was on the bench during the week, and we thought it was better for him to have some extra training sessions instead of joining us. It's the constant balance we have to find between getting him fitter and letting him join the team." Potential return date: January 2025. The clock is quickly ticking towards January and a new transfer window for Liverpool to deal with. Mohamed Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Virgil van Dijk are still to sign contract extensions at Anfield, and in just days' time will be permitted to speak to European clubs to discuss their plans. The trio each have 6 months remaining on their contracts, and the pressure will be on the Reds to tie down their stars. The turn of the year will also provide Arneslot with just his second opportunity to mould his Liverpool squad with outside help. Could a transfer or two secure the club's spot at the top of the Premier League table? Mirror Football takes a look at the latest news surrounding the Reds ahead of the market reopening. Liverpool's Star Academy product has reportedly told the Reds he wants to play for Real Madrid, according to Marca. The defender is set to see his contract expire at the end of the season, and has been high on Los Blancos' wish list. as they bid to secure his signature as a free agent. That move is said to have left the Reds with a decision to make over whether to attempt to move Alexander-Arnold on in January, rather than losing the player for free in the summer. Real Madrid are reportedly content to wait and see if Liverpool contact them in relation to a move ahead of Alexander-Arnold becoming a free agent. According to the Liverpool Echo, however, Alexander-Arnold has not communicated so definitively to Liverpool. The defender has also insisted he doesn't want the saga to play out in public. January possibility: Liverpool could be tempted into a January transfer for Fulham star Antonio Robinson, according to reports. Arneslot's side are said to be keeping tabs on the United States international. The fullback could cost as much as £50 million to prize away from the Cottagers and is under contract in West London until 2028. Robinson has played 169 times for Fulham. The 27-year-old has impressed this term under Marco Silva and laid on 6 assists in 18 appearances during 2024/25. Loan-targeted Atletico Madrid are plotting a loan move for Federicochiesa, per reports from Spain. Injury has hampered the Italian since arriving at Liverpool in the summer from Juventus, and as a result, the 27-year-old has scarcely earned an opportunity to take advantage of. Both club and player are said to be considering a loan moves in a bid to allow Chiesa find some rhythm. Atletico are interested in adding depth to their squad and players with dynamism. Chiesa appears to fit the bill, and it claims there is a high chance a deal is done.